While Andrea de' Pazzi was having this chapel built, at the same time Cosimo the Elder, the man who consolidated the fortune of the Medici family, was rebuilding part of the convent that was devastated by the fire of 1423. The relation between the two families became even more strong after 1469, when the granddaughter of Cosimo the Elder got married to a member of the Pazzi family. So the two families at this point became related. But at the same time, the Medici were growing really powerful, not only in Florence, but their influence was very strong from an international point of view, for what was considered international back then. And this situation bothered a lot of important peoples, and so an international conspiracy was plotted. And this was plotted by people like the Pope, Sixtus VI, della Rovere, the King of Naples, Ferdinand of Aragon, the Duke of Urbin, the Archbishop of Pisa, Francesco Salviati, and the Pazzi themselves. The plot took place in 1478, on the 26th of April, in the cathedral, during the service. It's something that could be strange for us to murder people in the cathedral, and it was strange also for these people, but they needed a moment in which they could have all the Medici members and the members of their party together and easy to be attacked. And the sign for the plotters to attack was the moment in which the priest raised the host up in the air and the bell rang. At that very point in the cathedral, almost a massacre happened. Lorenzo managed to escape thanks to the effort of the CEO of the Medici Bank here in Florence, Francesco Nori, who gave his life to save Lorenzo. And for this reason, he's buried in this church with all the honors that a person like him deserved. Less fortunate was Giuliano, the kid brother of Lorenzo, who was murdered in that very situation and was killed by Bernardo di Bandino Baroncelli. And the Baroncelli also were bankers and are related to the history of this place, because there's a chapel under that patronage in this church. Bernardo was one of the few members of the plot that managed to escape from Florence. All the others were massacred the very same day. For example, the Archbishop of Pisa managed to escape to Palazzo Vecchio, and he was thrown out the window by the angry mob. And he fled to Constantinople, and over there he got in trouble too, and so he was imprisoned by the Sultan. At a certain moment, another person that is related to the story of this church, Bernardo Peruzzi, we have the famous Peruzzi Chapel frescoed by Giotto, wrote a letter to Lorenzo the Magnificent saying, if you're still looking for Bernardo di Bandino Baroncelli, you can find him in Constantinople. So a real extradition process was started, and Bernardo was sent back here to Florence. And all the time he came back here on September, if I remember well, September 1479, and he was kept in the dresses, in the same dresses with which he arrived in town, that were Turkish dress. And with those dresses he was hanged on December, because Lorenzo wanted that everybody knew that he was a coward that betrayed the Medici, but also was unfaithful to his own faith. We know this because in the mob that was among the people that was attending to the execution, there was a painter who took a sketch of this. This painter was Leonardo da Vinci, and we still have the sketch, which is conserved in the Musée Bonnat à Bayonne, and we still have the imaging of this man dressed in his Turkish robe and hanged. The violence with which Lorenzo repressed the plotters was incredible. all the members that were of the Pazzi family and Salviati that were related to the plot were executed. All the incomes were taken away from them, and it was only after the death of Lorenzo that finally the members of the Pazzi family that didn't have any role in the plot could come back to Florence and have their money back, their heritage back. This chapel is one of the few things that was saved by the vengeance of Lorenzo because of its artistic importance, and Lorenzo always knew the importance of art.